Hello. I'm gonna do the Ubers and then probably gonna yap a bit more. Obviously, I'm gonna Maven witness it wherever it makes sense, so I can run the field as well. Generally, nothing should be really an issue.
Really think this would work?
Just because of the the high health pool and a lot of regen. Like 6,000 when I stay in one place, and then it goes down to like 1.6. And obviously, if I run more than 4 seconds, so I lose the effect of the consecrated ground, then it's only 4,000. But yeah, obviously 90 res, the armor, all that jazz. So usually, unless I do something monumentally stupid, I should be fine. So it's basically just sitting through all the phases and whatnot. Like even if I end up staying in the storm, should be fine. As you can see, I'm like kind of missing a little bit of oomph. I think that could mainly be attributed to, you know, me not running. One, I don't have the critical overcap. Oh, maybe the sound is a bit too much. Okay, so I don't have the critical overcap chest. You know, the Overcapped Lightning Res increases critical strike. I don't have that. And I also don't have the abyssal socket set up, right? Because like you would be able to get, you know, tecrods and three murderous eyes in your, you know, helmet, boots, and gloves. But that would like require basically remake everything, because I am at the moment I am precisely at the right amount of fire res, so I have the maximum 200 pen from enmities, and I have a min roll enmity, like, you know, the 65%, like the min roll that's not a volatile vaal orbed roll, right? It's 65 reduced. I just used one divine on it, obviously with the both currency as well, and one of them was a min roll. And if I do the whole abyssal socket and whatnot, I might do it eventually. In the meantime, I'm like running around. I've lost track of where the chair is going, right? Because like as far as I know, the chair goes in one way, and I have to be there. I have to be in the path of the chair. As far as I know, maybe I'm wrong. But as you can see, I'm never really in a danger of dying, unless I stand in the middle of this thing for a long time. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I also don't have to actually do the meteor phase. Okay, let's try. Let's try if I can tank it. Okay, I can't tank it. Alright. Then I guess that was the little... Okay, so you can't tank the meteor, I guess. I mean, my hit is not that high. But also, I guess it's maybe like the damage. Like maybe if I'm like sitting in the middle of it, I take more damage than I am if I'm like on the other edges. Let's see, I can like walk through those without issue. So yeah, I probably shouldn't stand in the meteor, but aside from that, yeah, as you can see. Alright, so the thing here is that
I'm sorry.
it takes some time. Takes some time to wait out the phases. Okay, so what I wanted to talk about, what I wanted to say, was that I am basically Seb's ground bot, I guess exposure bot, and the pyre bot here. Like that's like basically the action or actions that I am taking that can like increase the damage that the mercenary is doing. So generally what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to run through the boss so I can leave the Sept ground, which obviously, you know, gives more damage with the taming because of the ailment. But I haven't really changed off of that one to like mirror them or reflected ring. I don't know, they get like really, you know, expensive, and I find it hard to evaluate how much I actually need it. But you know, aside from actually, you know, having the crit stuff, in the meantime I can like usually, like, as you can see, tank stuff. Most of them. Just like, you know, move around a bit. That's how you like kind of aim the merc, that has like an activation radius, and it's like you, like if I stand in the corner and what I want to shoot is in the other way, then it's just, you know, not really gonna go and shoot them. But see, like slam's fine. Also the degen's like 6,000 HP per second is plenty to, you know, just out regen most of the possible degens. I think so. I think these won't hurt me either, or wouldn't hurt me either. But you know, oh, okay. Probably shouldn't do that. Probably shouldn't click around, because like I end up unequipping my bow and then it's gonna be trouble. But yeah, the helmet is the only one that I haven't really, you know, made it like better. Because it's in like the awkward spot that like the helmet itself that I am using is like basically one chaos, but anything else that would be like, you know, meaningfully better is that even if it's like not much, but like for my, it just feels wrong to pay that much for the helmet of my specific needs, I guess. Because like I said, I do have hybrid on everything. Like I need, like, you know, tier 1 fire res, and then I also craft the fire and chaos. That's how like everything added up to like the exact level. See, like fire chaos, fire chaos. Here as well, that's tier 2, I think. Obviously this is a 14 with the res quality. We got the max res here. Like I said, the mineral over here. This is obviously like a tier 3, is, you know, as good as it gets considering how good the belt is otherwise. I think the one that in the abyssal that's in it also has a good fire res, or like as much fire as that is feasible. Yeah, so those are kind of nice, and that is how I have exactly the 275. So like the thing is, I'm quite unwilling to mess with it. Okay, I'm gonna take this one chaos out because it's just annoying. There's another one. What? Did I not take it out? I didn't. Okay. All right. I do apologize for that. Like I said, let's go with the Maven. Like jump around a little bit. So basically I just, you know, activate my links. I link up with everything. Obviously the hallowed monarch stuff here as well. Usually what I find annoying with the Maven is that I end up always getting tagged by the beam.
Do what I say.
That turns off the region.
A cascade of pain.
But you know, it's fine.
Take this.
I know like the ideal thing would be to like to move these, like run around until I can get out, and I put the blocks here so it doesn't mess up the arena. But usually I just put it this place because then I have like a good path going in the circle. So like here again, I like try to tag it with the sap ground. Yeah, oh yeah, also use the curse on it. And then when I can, I just, you know, shield bash my face against it. But usually it doesn't quite work out with the nucleus, because when it's, you know, sitting in the middle, I end up like going through with the shield attack, with shield charge. So see again, like I'm just gonna let myself get tagged. See, like this is how you mess up. I gotta run around until the thing runs out, and then I stand in one place and basically I recharge everything. But yeah, this is quite messy. Like obviously if I can help it, I wouldn't get tagged by the regen turn off, but I was yapping and I was distracted. So now I have this poop over here, which should not be a problem. So like here, I try to stand like close and then press the shield charges here, so I don't see, like this is what happens if I don't have it right in front of me, because then I don't stop on it. But that's the thing, like usually I have like a high enough pool, placed in the same spot. High enough pool that I don't run out of HP with the region turned off. By the time I would run out, the region comes back. Oops. I did not see the last one, I guess.
Right in the gut.
Do what I say. Take this.
Made real.
Stand still.
Okay, I got hit again. See? This is how it happens always. So I basically need a build that can save me from my mistakes. An idiot-proof build, if you will. Okay. See, like this, even if I don't like stand right in front of it, I don't really know how the collision box is there. Just kind of dashing through and going into the beam. Which is why I should just, you know, leave it on the table.
Scurry.
I think it started here, ding, 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 and then go in the circle. Alright.
Cascade of pain.
Basically, like, as long as I don't get hit by the beam, I'm like, fine with anything.
Still.
Can I not have
So I get hit by the beam, and then I get hit. I just wanna, you know, rush it down.
A cascade of pain.
Ow. Ah.
Do
Okay.
what I say.
Okay. It was not clean, but that didn't have to be. I got a Templar Astrolabe and a crown. Not much. But I guess loot is not really the point here. And I guess I already have this to identify later. Alright, we go here. Nice, because I can, you know, I can just stand and tank the balls.
Your absurd defiance ends here.
Nice. But I think if I stand on the rune, I think that still might be an issue. So yeah, here I can stand there properly and such. So yeah, just gotta look out for the runes, and otherwise I should be fine.
That may be.
Standing here.
I am not alone.
How pathetic.
Which is again very nice, because usually I can't for the life of me avoid all the balls, so You know, dying, but here it's fine. I don't know if I have to like move out of this, but usually I just move out. Okay, nice, we got a jewel. That will be nice to identify as a bonus towards the end. I think I'm not gonna, you know, yap much at the end, and I think instead if I gotta, I'll make like a different one where I only yap video. I think this will be long enough just with the viewers. So again here, like, I have to like move around, I guess like every 4 seconds I have to move around a bit. So I only drop the set ground when I move. Yeah, and same with the hunger. I should be able to tank it most of the time. But it's like also a factor of me having to stay in one place. So I have to stay in one place for like a few seconds, right? With the Pantheon stuff, up to maximum of 9. So if I want to get the maximum, I need to stand still for 3 seconds, right? Because like if that's the difference between me tanking it and not tanking it, then you know, I probably shouldn't tank it all the time. So yeah, I'm like, you know, trying to avoid it whenever I can, but if I don't avoid it, that's fine. So I'm not gonna mess with loot and whatnot. Like I'm not always sure, like I have my link off, but it feels like I'm not doing damage, and then suddenly I'm doing the damage again. Maybe because like, you know, mercenary gets stuck somewhere or whatnot. Okay, maybe I actually should do it, because I guess if this is gonna be like the only map where you can have actual packs, then maybe I should be running around a bit more so you can see. Like obviously the single target is the one thing, but like the clear is like the good thing, right? Because I think if you want like only single target, then you have like better options compared to the many shot, right? But like a good all around. I mean, I'm sure even those can you know, clear a map just fine. So yeah, you can just run around. As such, I need like what, 40. So I need 54% to level 100. It's very nice that if you die in bosses, then that doesn't count. It's a personally very much appreciated change, because you can just, you know, YOLO bosses and not have to worry about losing the XP. Like for example, you can tank or like try to tank the meteor, and then realize that you can't tank it right in the middle. But I don't know, like maybe, because like for example, there is like I have like an empty slot, which I just put it on enhance. Here I think I have an, you know, enhance with convocation, punishment, automation. I could like, you know, drop that and then have like molten shell, like activate that, and that would like give me some more. Also I could have, like with that I should be able to tank it, right? I could have the progenesis, and then when I have that, also again manually activated. Like that's again something that I could do, and I think with like molten shell plus the progenesis, I should be able to tank the meteor, but also I'm not sure. But generally speaking, if I just, you know, want to run around and not you know, worry about it, because like as you can see, I went towards the having to, you know, press as few buttons as possible Because like these are like all kind of optional. I have like my movement speed, and like obviously these are, you know, more damage. Again, more damage with the pyre and the exposure. But if I don't really, you know, feel like pressing buttons, then I can just, you know, run around, not press anything, and you know, just have enough damage. Like for example, here I'm just running around, dropping the sap ground under them to get like a bit more damage. Like so. Let's see if there was like any interesting mod. Crit chance, crit multi, poison on hit, more proj. But there wasn't really any like mobs getting tankier here, so hard to say. Nebulous, useless. Anyway, it's fine.
Sold something while you were gone.
So what do we have? I need Reverence. It's like the last one. Over here. Can do that.
And now we stand on the edge of a new
So
tomorrow.
yeah, that's the
A
merc.
brighter future. A secure
This is the one that I found that has like return on both of them. Return here. I guess the links are the other ones. Like not really anything to write home about, but we have this. Pain, I don't know if it really works. Freeze, greater area effect. I don't really know if those, you know, really do much, to be honest. But I also don't think that I'm gonna go and, you know, buy many divine merc when this one that I found works just fine. Okay, in the meantime, I haven't really focused on dealing damage to this, so. But yeah, I also don't have the mod that I could have. I just didn't roll it. Usually doesn't really feel necessary to be like, you know, basically Maven region insurance, you know, the one where you're like nearby enemies have reduced life regen rate. I don't have that. Like I said, I have this like one or few chaos helmet, so it didn't feel worth it to roll for that mod on it. But again, like I said, I need to get something like that
to an end.
to like make things feel a bit better against the Maven usually.
Consumed by fear.
But yeah, you know, I'm like decently
You
tanky,
cannot hide from fate.
but like the lot of regen is what makes it, you know,
This suffers. For what
feel
purpose?
really good.
What reason? Awaken.
Obviously, like no regen maps are like doable.
Of my might.
At the same time, it doesn't feel good, right? Because you like, you know, run around,
To an end.
and HP would slowly go down, and then you have to, I guess, portal out. So it isn't really any
Irrevocable
point in doing no regen maps. But aside from that, like any map mod, you can run without issue.
Life is so brittle.
So yeah, I guess I'm just running around,
Is an illusion made real.
Vitality.
waiting at the phases.
Shall not be erased so.
Obviously, this was like a more focused situation. If I was like, you know, not yapping and just going full in on, you know, taking down the bosses, obviously things would go faster. But it doesn't really feel like I'm, you know, just going in and one-tapping everything.
How's the trail?
But yeah, 77, less life recovery and energy. Yeah, that seems fine. Monster life, monster damage, poison, and hit, reduce flash charges. That's like kind of immune to that. So yeah, that should be fine. Run that.
The long-awaited event is finally here.
Okay, so you can like, you know, pre-check
Stalk and
In the darkest part of
like recheck the positions of the bosses, you know, to plan a little bit which one you wanna take out first.
Handle this.
Cyrus is the most annoying here. Everything else is, you know, fine. So this is like only like a flat, you know, life increase, like no resist or anything, so it can be done quite fast.
Now go retrieve
You know,
more
pick up everything. Maven's read is not even worth picking up at this point. Dying Light, Bird Boots. Pick that up. What are you? HC. Okay. I'll leave that one in here then. Like it shows that I should pick it up, but then if I pick it up, it's actually not worth anything. Same here, Void Walker. Okay, that's not entirely true, because I can just go and throw them into the disenchant in King's March. I'm just gonna quickly go and do that. Okay. I'm making this more trouble than it is actually worth. Gonna move these over
Keep your life to your own.
so I can mess ID without ruining the fun. 150, I don't know. It's gonna throw you in for a few chaos. And then I guess nothing else is really worth anything here. So yeah. You should just go with the King's March, throw it into the blender. I don't really do anything here in King's March aside from, you know, disenchanting stuff.
Let's get melting.
Or whatever.
Things are
Everything just goes into the trash compactor. That can go, that can go.
Right dust.
So I picked that one up and like I swap all these.
Why, hello.
Wall it until it turns rare. There we go. Oh, that's why not. Okay. Wall this for good measure.
Hi-oh.
Alright. Boom, boom.
Bad, not bad.
Okay, it doesn't really give any dust, but whatever, I'm just gonna get rid of everything. Alright, let's go back. I'll do the, you know, leftovers and then ID the good stuff. And then I think that's gonna be it. Come on. Okay. Obviously, if I can, I prefer not to run this because you know you have to run around and do the phases and whatnot. So that's kind of a turn off. But funny thing is, when I was like back right before you know, finishing my challenges. By the way, I did finish my challenges like 2 weeks in, and then I guess ever since then I was just, you know, messing around whenever I felt like doing stuff. Running bosses, sometimes you get the big drop, sometimes you lose it all because you just run the fragments and there's nothing in there. And as much as I say that I wanna, you know, stay away from you know, gambling on div cards, you know, running bosses is also just a gamble. Well, sometimes it works out. So what I was trying to say is that right before I was like finishing the challenges, I was still working on running enough Uber bosses. I think I ran this. I don't know exactly the order, if it was the decaying fragments and then the cosmic fragment, or if it was the other way around. But I did that, and I got back to back. What's it called? The
Go unpunished.
you know, the one that can, you know, be the big money with has like the Purity of Fire, mod. Yeah, it would be a funniest if it just dropped and then I wouldn't have to remember it. All right.
You force my hand again, little mouse. So be it. You've chosen to side with
I know what it is. I just somehow just, you know,
and you shall obey my order.
not being recalled.
A moat of
Like
my
slam,
might.
anything should be fine. The balls again. Don't really have to worry about it. You just stand in one place. Same with the beam. Like the beam. Fine. Then it's fine. I gotta, like, you know, pre-plan a little bit, so I'm standing in one place with the beams. I'm standing in one place when the slam hits, so I can hit the fizz reduction from the Pantheon. But yeah, like ever since I made the, ever since I did the challenges, I don't really run maps that much. But I was doing, and I'm still doing every once in a while, is, you know, the Templar rush, which you can like do it more consciously, I guess. So like you can you know, look for Starfall craters and check the mercenary and rush the Templar astrolabe
The face of your
for the vault that gives
the horror.
divine or multiple divines,
Life is so brittle.
quite a reasonable amount of times. And then also obviously you have the gambling district that gave me quite a few divines. Like, you know, the divine stack can go up to like 8, I think.
Imperfect.
I got an 8 stack just yesterday from it, so that's nice.
He's recovering. We need to find a way
But
back.
usually I just, you know, not even check for the crater or the merc necessarily. But I guess you could, like, you know, scarab it up, I think, because I think the 3 gives like a decent ish chance for it to be an infamous, but obviously you can force it with the scarab. But like that is what I have been doing. But obviously it doesn't really, you know, give much XP, which is why I'm still not level 100. Because, you know, usually like log on, do bosses, and then if I get something good, then I list it, and then I log off. Or if I don't get anything, then I, you know, might run entirely dry, and then I have to, you know,
Past must be
recoup my losses so I can, you know, run bosses again. And that's when I usually go to the Templar astrolabe,
Let's make a man.
just rushing Mesa over and over again.
Life is so brittle.
But like, if all I care about
irrelevant.
is just the thing, if all I care about is just the mod of the Overcapped Res, then it's like relatively, you know, cheap. I mean, as you can see, I don't have much at the moment.
What have you got for me?
Why am I drawing a blank on it? Not this one. I would need the, yeah. I should have searched the fragment, and I would have remembered.
Father, what are you doing?
Oh.
What have you done, foolish girl?
All things said,
Oh, so they are here. They are just like, sometimes the icons go weird. Like usually the specters and animate guardian should be here,
consumed by fear.
but yeah. Also, sometimes here it feels like I don't activate it, don't target it, so like there was like that time when I was not doing any damage. And you know, I don't know. This one and the other one, just you know, just kind of feel weird. Wasn't entirely sure why they are like this. Oh, okay. So my merc died. It is awkward. Obviously can't port out, so just gonna have to leave to character selection. I guess these are like the more trouble than they are worth, honestly.
I've got some wealth for you.
Because they can just, you know, end up dying. This one turns off region as well, like the exposure and whatnot. So I guess if they like stand in those bubbles, then they are just cooked. But yeah, like once when I'm actually standing in the spot when I properly deal damage, then it, you know, go down quite fast. But you know, sometimes it's just weird. So yeah. So I have one left. Ding, ding, here, and then we're done with all of it.
Look, Father, isn't it beautiful?
But yeah, generally, as you can see, there's like a bunch of room,
Later.
But
room for
later
errors.
never came. Patience is a mercy, intangible pain. Erase.
Yeah. Better run through.
Negligence.
Even the curse. I think the damage is kind of weird. There it goes.
Madness consumes.
Yeah, astrolabe. Elements. I don't think that really is worth anything. Yeah, but it's 5C, whatever. Alright, now we're gonna have
Better sail, exile.
some fun with the ID.
Farewell.
I don't think these are really worth anything. I think this is like what, 50C. This one is 8C. That's probably nothing, it's 2C. Okay, the Curio is like 30 something C. Shaper's Exalt is supposedly 100C. Okay, that's not really the point. These two are the important ones. So this one is like what, 12 divines on ID'd, and this one is what, 400 chaos on ID'd. But obviously I'm gonna ID them because that's the fun part. Just evade, use extra crit taken, fire damage. Probably not. Nothing. It's like a divine or something. Okay, and then this one's gonna be the interesting one, and boom. I don't like the look of that. Yeah, that's 4C. Alright, that was wiped out instantly. Yeah. So yeah, those were the bosses. I wasn't really, you know, talking comprehensively about anything, but I guess I'll put the thing, the current POB in there. I mean, there's like a million luminaries around, so I wouldn't really call this one in particular the one I want to follow. I guess this is like I said, the comfy spot, but I didn't have to mess around with abyssals. I had to like basically like maximize as much as I could the fire res on everything. Okay, I mean there's like no fire res on the quiver obviously, but yeah, the quiver is good, bow is good. I did not realize how lucky I got because I think I slammed the elemental damage on like the second try, the tier 2 elemental damage on like the second second try, something like that. And then when I tried it the next time, tried to make a bow, I had like infinite tries with, you know, Wild Bristle Matron, and I think the best I got was like a tier 3, but then at that point I was like, I'm not settling for tier 3, because then I would have to, you know, still, you know, do the Veil Exalt. It feels kind of a waste if it's only like a tier 3. But in hindsight, maybe I should have just, you know, sold it as is at that point instead of messing with it. But yeah, and just as like, you know, like a perspective, this one was the one. This one was the one that I got for like obscenely cheap. It was like not like big links here, but even here, like it's like this one. In some respects, I could even like call it like maybe it's like even, you know, better. But I guess there was like, you know, no return on the eye shot. And I got this like very, very cheap, and I was running that. And then this one was like the next one that I found, which had like, you know, more links. Still had, you know, return the vaal eye shot. And I did this one didn't have like dash. This one had the blinker roll. This one had dash, but it honestly felt fine. This one also had frost bomb, which is like, you know, sometimes it's like another reason why I didn't get the reduced regen, because I wasn't entirely sure if I ever used the frost bomb, or if my you know, my merc was ever using the frost bomb. Because if they did, then I wouldn't really need the reduced life regen because I get it from frost bomb. Right, but I for the life of me, I just couldn't see it properly whether that was the case or not. So I was, you know, running that. Like I said, still no return on the eye shot. And then this is the one that I met, which I, you know, ended up, you know, using for like long term. This one didn't have a movement skill, which is, you know, apparently not that terrible of a thing, right? Because they can, like, you know, reposition, so they don't necessarily use it on cooldown whenever, you know, whether they need to use it or not. But like, you know, moving from pack to pack, you know, that's fine if they use it there. And, you know, eye shot could be better, but this was the one that had return both on the vaal eye shot and the regular eye shot. One has 30% more hypothermia, more damage from, you know, I guess shield enemies, which the enemies should be shield, I think. And, you know, some AoE here, and then the vaal eye shot, like I said, AoE, I don't know if it really matters on the vaal eye shot. Chain, I don't even know if it can chain. And, you know, this one still has frost bomb, which like less skill effect duration. I don't know if that's like that's just a net negative. There's like no ups. I guess, I don't know. If on frost bomb you don't really benefit from it having less duration, I think. So yeah, this is the one that I've been running. As you can see, there's like a big lightning res, and obviously here it's a lower fire res, but once you're like actually in the map, and then my merc is out, and then it calculates the purity of elements, and I move. So like, obviously when I am in grace and it doesn't work. Okay, there it is. So I have like exactly 200, and then there's like a nice 400-ish lightning res. I don't know the rate, how much it how it increases. Like if it increases like the same percentage. So if I would like get the overcapped lightning on top of this, then I don't know, would that mean that I have like 400% increased critical chance? Which is like obviously quite a lot of increase, and I don't really know on, you know, sheet or whatnot how it would be with the critical strike chance. Because these are defensive stats, and it's like, you know, increased critical strike chance, but I don't know how much is the like the base. But obviously, if I do that, when I do that, the big like overhaul, which would be like changing the chest to the overcap mod, and at that point, I think I would go down in fire as quite a bit. So in the first place, I'm kind of thinking about, you know, just trying to hit a better enmity with a volatile orb, possibly. But the problem is that this one is, if I go with not corrupted, it's like 3,200 chaos, and then volatile wall is another
Abyssal exile.
1,200 chaos, I think. So that means that every attempt, yes, it's like, that's like 1,200, let's say. So every attempt is like what, 4,500 chaos. So it's like every click is like 200-ish. And there's like a high potential, like if I delete it, that's bad. If it doesn't roll below the 65, that's also bad. Just like a relevancy, I would have to, you know, check how much this is. It's like 20-ish device. Like basically, like the chances are so low and the cost of it is so high that like basically this whole overhaul, even if I just discount the cost of the chest itself, or like the mod itself, if I go with Overcapped Lightning, I only need the mod on the body, not body armor. Then I have this, like for example, like this one went down a little bit more. But these, they are in themselves are like an okay-ish price, but if I want like the, you know, bigger craft, which is like a, so I have like a fractured here and I can like freely craft around it. This one, it's like max res multiple. These, I don't like these, so it's like kind of eh. This one's like one that I can actually like start working with it, but this one also has like 5% intangibility. I think it's like fine. Obviously, you'd prefer to, you know, not have intangibility as much as possible. But like, for example, this has an abyssal socket as well. Like, let's say 260. But that's only that, because then it would, you know, stand to reason to, you know, remake all the other stuff, and then suddenly lightning res overcap is also relevant. So like, then I guess I would move away from like the fire and chaos. And abyssal, the abyssal socket is like it's a suffix, right? So like ideally I would have pieces when the helmet would be like, for example, tier 1 fire, tier 1 lightning, and abyssal socket is like the 3 suffixes, and then, you know, same thing here, and then here obviously with boots I could like give up on movement speed kinda and life kinda. I think that would be like okay, but it's just like it's such a big overhaul that I was never at the point where I was never at the point where I was able to actually have enough money. So not all. Okay, I'm upset because I don't. What is the mod? Is it this? Okay, I'm trolling. I'm sure if everyone is still here, they are like yelling on the top of their lungs. What is the chubot that I'm looking for? Oh, the big one. The big one. What's the big Uber jewel? Okay, I'm dizzy. Okay. It just makes me upset that I don't. Okay, I have to check it. A sec. Oh, I'm at the wrong one. Oh. Okay, it's a mistake. I'm gonna be so angry at myself when I finally remember. Sublime vision. Yes, sublime vision. Ah, I blanked on it so hard. Yeah, Sublime Vision. And that was, if it's unidentified, right? Yeah, so that was like 100-ish, like 90 something, 94. I think I saw them like 94 div, 94, 95 pop on I did. Because obviously at that point I didn't really feel like I could, like, you know, YOLO it, because, you know, you can just, you know, wipe your entire value off of it. The question is if the anger is, yeah, the anger is the meme one. Like, it's so annoying because like you look for like a most expensive, but then you can't really like look properly on it. Okay, this one. So yeah, this is like the mirror, like the upside on it. But yeah. Anyway, I got those and I sold them, and then I also had a with from the same source, Uber I had a shape of Watcher's Eye, and that was like 40 something div as well. That was basically my mage blood. It was like right before I finished the challenges. So yeah, okay. This ended up getting away from me again. I thought it would be like, you know, one and done, like 20 minutes tops, but in the end I started yapping again still, and I haven't even really, you know, talked about the progress or the process or, you know, the experience leading up to this. Anyways, that's it. Okay, I'm out of here now. Okay, one more thing. Let's admire a little bit the cosmetics. Honestly, you don't see anything at all. I'm not gonna like anything, but, you know, weapon effect, nice. The eel, you know, take it or leave it. I'm like, somehow I'm being a little, you know, weirded out by the eel, like, you know, running after me, floating after me.
Yes.
So I'm not like 100% hyped on it, but, you know, it's very cool. Obviously the portal is great. Portal is great. So if like just gonna pop it in just for the portal. Those are nice. Like usually like what decides it for me, how it you know, how it feels, is that where you have to like click on it. Because if the portal has like a shape and then you have to like be very particular about where you click it to use it, then it's like, you know, kind of awkward. But it's very nice. Like, you get all the, you know, eels or fishes or whatnot like swing around. Like basically like anywhere I click on the bubble, you know, it puts me in. It's like, you know, quite nice. So yeah, I like it a lot. All right, okay, I'm out of here. Thank you. Bye bye.